going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about Ravagers beating Eternals and different combinations of Eternals that you'll see on War Defense. So Eternals with new Warriors, Eternals with Doom and Loki. There's quite a few different ways this works, and yeah, sorry, every time I see this, I always laugh just to watch Boomer crit for 300k on Cloak, and then you just see Cloak's body over there. First time I saw this, I just burst out laughing. I thought that was funny, but yeah, like, what you do, basically what's going on is that Eternals are faster than your Ravagers. Like, Icarus has 200 or 126 speed, and that is faster than Star-Lord T'Challa, who is at 125 speed. So you got to find a way to either speed up your Ravagers or slow down the enemy team, and that's why I've brought in Emma. I've used Emma instead of Ravager Stitcher, and I have been able to consistently win against these teams. Now, of course, one thing to note is that these teams are not boosted. Deflect could drastically change how this all works. But the problem I really haven't had any problems with, but what's going on is Emma slows down the enemy team. She gives them minus 10% speed. And that actually also opens the way for your Ravager Boomer to be faster than the enemy team. And then Ravager Special will remove 30% speed bar from them. He gains 30% speed bar. And it really just kind of opens things up. Now, the one thing you do want to make sure is that you are defeating someone quickly, because that will give speed bar to T'Challa, allow him to use his ultimate faster. Every time you defeat a non-summoned enemy, he gains 30% speed bar. So it's very important to be making sure you're defeating someone. And what you can see, I'm using the special first with T'Challa here, and that's because his special is unavoidable. And I'm recording back-to-back fights here, just so you guys can see that I'm not cutting here or anything, but just showing, like, I'm finding these to be very reliable. And again, boost may change how that works, because boost does change how, like, there's the boost and the deflect and a natural chance to resist some of this stuff. But there you go. Like, just killing off Cloak early on. Yondu's stealing a bunch of effects. That's slowing things down even more. Like, he stole offense up from Icarus, which is great. Now we've stolen a bunch of effects from Cersei. We're getting speed down on characters. But also what I'm finding here is that with Cloak, and that's not a weak Cloak. I mean, everybody here is tier 14, 4 red, 7 yellow, all the T4s. I'm actually finding that the defense up from Ravager is preventing Cloak from killing any of the minion summons here, because he does give them 25% armor because of Ravager. Well, I don't know if the armor boost from his passive will work on minions, but he's also giving them defense up. So they're naturally very tough with that defense up. I found that to be very helpful. Sometimes I would use the basic for the taunt on Ravager Bruiser, but I'm finding that defense up far more beneficial here. And then, yeah, it's really just kind of go from there. Of course, also, I could have changed up the positioning here, brought, like, T'Challa over here next to Yondu, so his ultimate will steal the stealth from Yondu, or not steal, but copy it. But I never really found that to be an issue. But yeah, I mean, this one I found is very, very reliable. Like, I'm constantly winning against these teams. I think I failed once, and that was because I had fat finger syndrome and I tapped the wrong thing. I used this basic on Boomer instead of the special, and that didn't reduce the speed bar, and that ran into problems. But like I said before, the unavoidable special with T'Challa is very good for characters like Cloak, because Cloak has a high dodge chance. And unavoidable attacks means that Cloak will not be able to dodge that. He gets blind on him, loses the ability energy, which means no ultimate for him, which means no huge amount of negative effects on your team, like blind, heal block, offense down, speed down. All those negative effects he can throw with his ultimate, those are now lost. So you're already at a huge advantage here, and then you have to focus on the Eternals. And that's what you're really working on here. Now, I also brought it in for this fight against Secret Avengers. This is one that I know people were worried about because of the deflects and how reliably you could apply blind. So I changed it up here. I brought Emma in, and actually this is pretty good, because what this does is it slows down Captain Sam to the point where now Ravager Boomer is able to get his special off before Sam could even get to his ultimate. So I'm not going to use my special here. I'm not going to worry about that. What I am going to focus on is on Kestrel. And she will kind of mess with things, because, you know, you are trying to, you know, get rid of all these deflects, but also summons with Yondu are really going to mess with things because you can't summon them while Kestrel's up. So I'm not going to use the summon ability either with Yondu. Now, I worked on Sharon here, and what I could have done was focus on Captain Sam. That probably would have been a little bit more beneficial. We get the speed down now on characters. We're getting the summons with Maria. And now, all those deflects have been cleared naturally because of Yondu's stealing, because of Boomer's special. Those deflects are gone. We have the defense down and the blind on Captain Sam. He's gone. And this is really funny. So what you're about to see, it's not you, it's not me, it's the game. The game can't handle Yondu murdering half the enemy team with his ultimate. So it drops to like a frame a second here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So so that may be an issue that someone's gonna have to look at because I feel like that's gonna break some phones if Yondu does that. But there you go. So yeah, it's easy to do. Even without the summons from Yondu. Clears things up pretty easily. So, just kind of showing, like, Emma does make this Secret Avengers fight even better because she will slow them down. She'll allow Yondu to steal all those deflects. He kill off someone on the enemy team. That speeds up T'Challa enough so that he can then hit Sam with his special, steal that ability energy, but also it does put defense down on the entire enemy team, which opens the way for the passive, or for the ultimate with Yondu, which you saw deal some respectable damage, 270k. To everybody here. So that's going to clear all of the minions too, because they do gain death proof. Yondu's going to steal that death proof, and then his ultimate's just going to wipe out all those summons. It's a lot like Misty in that regard. Misty's special is able to clear all death proof from all minion or all summons, and then she deals like 5,000 damage, 5,000% damage to all those minions. So she's going to destroy all summons, and same kind of principle here with Yondu. And this is another one. New Warriors, Loki, Doom. Loki's going to speed up your Cloak and your Doom pretty quickly. He gives them 15% speed bar. I think it's 15% speed, or it could be 10%. But Emma is here to drive down their speed enough so T'Challa, again, is able to go before them. So Emma is going to be a very solid offensive character for this team because it's going to allow you to beat some of these more meta teams like this. Like these New Warriors with Loki and Doom and and Eternals, like those are some nasty defensive teams. But you're able to kind of get enough of an advantage here. This could have been bad if I had lost Yondu. We didn't. And now I can kind of go for some of these characters here. There we go. Finish off Cloak here in a second. At least eventually. Boom. There we go. Just a quick health steal from him. Reduce speed bar on everybody. And then finish off Doom. The ultimate from T'Challa does hit pretty well, pretty hard too. Like that was a 500k hit on that with the defense down. Very, very helpful. And now we just kind of finish off Deathpool, and we finish off Loki. Nothing too crazy. And this fight takes about a minute. So the speed bar advantage that Emma's bringing in is pretty good. And then I also want to show this. Like, this is Eternals with Doom, Surfer, and Minerva. Like, this is a terrifying team to fight. I know when Mobile Gamer fought this in his video yesterday, he was just like, I don't know about this. But just bringing in Emma. That's all you gotta do. And you can see here, I actually did change the positioning for this one. I did bring T'Challa in next to Yondu. So T'Challa's ultimate will now copy that stealth. Because I know people are asking about that, like bringing in T'Challa and changing the positioning. Yeah, you're right. Bringing T'Challa next to Yondu and then stealing or having him be able to copy stealth is very helpful. That way people don't pick on T'Challa. There we go. We stole ability energy from Icarus in case he does go. Now, one thing I did want to mention here is that depending on the positioning, this could really screw with you. And because you have like a really bad grouping here, like you have all these characters kind of grouped up, so that leaves them widely open to the special from Boomer and the speed bar removal, because now you're able to constantly reduce speed bar on Cersei and Icarus both. So if they're both spread out, this could change things quite a bit. But yeah, I'm not really having too much of a problem here. And we're gonna save Doom for a little bit. We're gonna kill off some of these characters, and yeah, this is this was a bad play on my part. What I should have done was use the ultimate here on Doom instead of Icarus. Not that it made a huge difference because T'Challa was just faster, but yeah, that was pushing the line there, and that could have gone badly. But we tried again in the next fight, and I've fought this 16 times now, 16 times, and I've won every time. Granted, there is bad positioning here, and also the boosting could drastically change how that special works at the beginning. But I'm also finding that special's not a huge deal with the ability energy steal because, I mean, Icarus is never moving. So it's one of those where, yeah, you could mess with this a little bit and see, experiment with it and change things up. We're gonna go again. You could see, yeah, right there. But also that defense down on the whole enemy team is helpful too because it does, you know, kind of make them take more damage. But yeah, here you go. The one thing that you gotta be careful of is that Minerva, because she can revive people. So, you know, you kill Doom and then Minerva just revives him back. Yeah, it's not ideal. Here we go. Special Boomer. Remove speed bar. Get the heal from Minerva. That's fine. And I also messed up the positioning. I did move the positioning for T'Challa back out here. There we go. So now we're going to finish off Minerva so she doesn't revive Doom. Finish off Icarus. And now we can work on Surfer. I'm not too worried about Cersei. I mean, she has her ultimate, which will do some damage. But it's not a big deal if she uses that ultimate now. Because there's no Icarus. Because if Icarus is gone, then her ultimate will not remove speed bar. So all you have to do is take out one of the Eternals. And those ultimates lose a lot of power. Now, granted, it would be better to take out Icarus. Because his ultimate can still flip the effects. And then that could cause some problems. So, yeah, I mean, Emma with your Ravagers, not bad. So, I know people are going to wonder, like, how consistent this is. But, yeah, this, as long as they have, like, bringing in Emma with that speed bar reduction, or with the speed reduction, this looks pretty good. I think this is going to be a solid team to beat Eternals. And we'll have to see how boosts change that. I think boost will make a bit of a difference, but also I'm not too worried about, you know, reducing or stealing the ability energy because Icarus never goes. So, you know, it's one of those things like what's really the point of me stealing ability energy when you don't really steal anything in the first place, or when it doesn't matter when he doesn't move. So let me know what you guys think. Does this raise your stock on Ravagers at all? Do you guys think this will work? Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, if you guys have enjoyed this, you did find it helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time.